By the time you finish watching this video, over 1,900 people around the world will have become millionaires. Not because they're smarter, not because they're lucky, but because they're positioned in the right industries. According to the UBS Global Wealth Report 2025, there are now over 80 million millionaires worldwide, a four-fold increase since the early 2000s. In 2024 alone, 684,000 new millionaires were created globally. That's 1,875 every single day. The United States alone added 562,000 new millionaires in 2024, creating over 1,500 new millionaires daily. So here's the real question most people never ask. Where is all this money actually coming from? Which industries are quietly minting new millionaires while others struggle? Today, I'm breaking down 10 industries making the most millionaires right now, ranked by the actual percentage of millionaires each industry creates. Stay till the end, because one of these industries requires almost no starting capital, yet it's creating life-changing wealth. Let's begin. Number 1. Finance and investing, where money multiplies. Creates 40% of millionaires. Over 40% of millionaires built their wealth through finance and investing, according to global wealth reports. But this isn't just about Wall Street anymore. Today, everyday people are building wealth through fintech platforms, smart investing apps, early-stage startup investments, digital assets, private equity. Here's the real secret of finance. Wealth follows capital flows. Right now, trillions are flowing into digital finance, emerging markets, green investments, innovation-driven companies. 79% of U.S. millionaires achieved wealth without inheriting money, most through consistent investing. Only 31% of millionaires ever earned a six-figure salary, proving it's not about high income, it's about smart capital allocation. The average self-made millionaire takes at least 32 years to build wealth through disciplined investing. You don't need massive capital to start. You need consistency, patience, and education. Finance rewards people who think long-term in a short-term world. Number 2. Real estate, the quiet millionaire maker. Creates 30% of millionaires. Real estate has created more millionaires than almost any industry in history. According to Knight Frank, over 25% of global millionaire wealth is tied to property. 90% of millionaires own real estate as part of their wealth-building strategy. Why? Because land is limited and demand keeps growing. Real estate represents 27% of high-net-worth individuals' total wealth. But today's opportunities go far beyond mansions, short-term rentals, e-commerce warehouses, commercial property, niche housing. Real estate builds wealth quietly through appreciation, averaging 5.4% annually since 1991, cash flow, leverage, tax benefits. You don't need to start big. One smart move, compounded over time, changes everything. Number 3. Technology and AI, the wealth accelerator. Creates 18% of new millionaires. Artificial intelligence isn't coming, it's already embedded in everything we do. According to IDC, AI investments will generate $22.3 trillion in global economic impact by 2030, representing 3.7% of global GDP. Global AI spending is projected to exceed $2 trillion in 2026, fueling the fastest wealth creation we've ever seen. Here's what most people misunderstand. 70% of the top 10 billionaires built their wealth through technology. The biggest tech fortunes aren't just made by inventing AI, they're made by applying AI to real problems. Automating customer support, replacing manual marketing, analyzing data faster than humans. McKinsey reports that generative AI could add $4.4 trillion annually to the global economy through productivity gains and new revenue streams. 88% of organizations now use AI in at least one business function, up from 78% just a year ago. You don't need to code. You need vision. If you can identify where businesses waste time, money, or manpower, AI becomes your leverage. The tech industry added 900,000 plus jobs in 2025, with software development growing at 10.4% and cloud computing at 17.9%. Tech professionals earn 40 to 75% above market rates, with senior roles commanding $185K to $295K base salaries. But remember, 79% of millionaires achieved wealth without a six-figure salary. It's about smart capital allocation and positioning, not just high income. The only question is, will you use it or watch others get rich from it? Number 4, healthcare and biotech, profiting from necessity, creates 12% of millionaires. Healthcare is not optional, and that's why it's one of the most powerful wealth industries on Earth. The global healthcare market is valued at $9 trillion in 2025 and is projected to reach $12 trillion by 2030. The U.S. healthcare market alone was valued at $4.87 trillion in 2025 and is expected to reach $8.09 trillion by 2034. AI in healthcare is projected to grow from $39 billion in 2025 to $504 billion by 2032. Think of companies like Moderna, which turned scientific breakthroughs into massive fortunes. But here's the part people miss. You don't need to be a doctor. Millionaires are made by healthcare investors, health tech entrepreneurs, platforms that improve access, tools that make healthcare faster and cheaper. Healthcare solves humanity's most urgent problems, and the market rewards those who do it efficiently. This industry will never disappear. If you're watching this and realizing you've been focusing on the wrong path, hit subscribe now. This channel isn't about hype, it's about positioning yourself where money actually flows. Let's continue. Number 5, e-commerce and online business, digital gold rush, creates 10% of new millionaires. Global e-commerce sales are projected to hit $6.88 trillion in 2026, a 7.2% increase from 2025. By 2028, e-commerce will reach $7.89 trillion, representing 22.5% of all retail sales. The B2B e-commerce market is valued at $36 trillion in 2026, growing at 14.5% CAGR. Why is e-commerce minting millionaires? Because the barrier to entry is lower than ever. People are building seven-figure businesses with laptops, Wi-Fi, a clear niche. But here's the truth. Millionaires don't just sell products, they build brands, they create loyal audiences, they solve specific problems, they own digital shelf space. With AI handling ads, design, and customer service, scaling has never been easier. Amazon is responsible for 37.6% of all U.S. online retail sales. Mobile commerce will generate $4.01 trillion in 2026, nearly 60% of total global online sales. The question is simple: will you keep buying online or start building wealth there? E-commerce is a wealth-building system where smart capital and brand building beat relying on a high income every time. Number 6, agriculture and agribusiness. Food is power. Creates 8% of millionaires. Agriculture is creating new millionaires faster than most people realize. Why? Because food is non-negotiable. The global food and agribusiness market is worth trillions, with demand rising due to population growth heading toward 10 billion by 2050, urbanization, climate pressure, food security concerns. But here's the truth most people miss. Millionaires in agriculture are not just farmers. They are agribusiness owners, food processors, exporters, storage and logistics operators, agritech innovators. The real money is in scale, value addition in systems. Technology is transforming agriculture. Smart irrigation, data-driven yields, AI-powered crop monitoring, improved storage and distribution. Private equity, governments, and tech investors are pouring billions into agriculture. Food scarcity creates profit for those who can supply efficiently. Agriculture isn't dirty work, it's strategic work. Those who control food systems will control wealth. Number 7. Manufacturing and supply chains, the invisible giants, creates 7% of new millionaires. Behind every product you buy is a supply chain, and supply chains create quiet millionaires. Global trade is worth more than $25 trillion. The biggest money comes from fixing problems, making delivery faster, finding cheaper materials, creating smarter ways to move products. You don't need to own a factory. You can make money in automation, using robots and machines, packaging, moving products from place to place, software that tracks shipments. It's not glamorous, but it's powerful. The people who control how products move around the world control massive wealth. Number 8. Green energy and sustainability, the purpose boom, creates 5% of new millionaires. The clean energy transition could unlock $196 trillion in investment opportunities by 2050, according to Bloomberg. This is not a trend, it's a global shift. Governments, corporations, and consumers are all moving towards sustainability. Millionaires are being made by solar installation businesses, clean energy suppliers, sustainable product companies, renewable investments. Green energy is unique because it combines profit, policy support, global demand. This is wealth with purpose. Those who position early don't just earn, they dominate. Number 9. Fashion and retail, culture meets commerce, creates 3% of new millionaires. Fashion is a $1.7 trillion industry, and it keeps creating new millionaires. Not just luxury giants, but niche brands, streetwear, fitness apparel, lifestyle labels. Brands like Gymshark started small and scaled fast. Fashion is identity, and people pay for identity. With social media, influencer marketing, and online retail, launching a brand has never been more accessible. The challenge isn't production, it's branding and culture. Get that right, and the money follows. Number 10. Entertainment and content creation. Attention equals money. Creates approximately 4% of new millionaires. This is the industry I promised you, the one requiring almost no starting capital. All you need is a phone, Wi-Fi, and a clear message to reach billions. The creator economy is now worth $252 billion in 2025 and is projected to reach $528 billion by 2030, growing at a 22.5% CAGR. There are over 207 million content creators worldwide. In the US alone, 162 million people identify as content creators, with 45 million working professionally. The influencer marketing industry is valued at $23.59 billion in 2025, a 16.55% increase year over year. But here's the key insight. It's not about going viral, it's about treating content like a business. Millionaire creators monetize ads, sell products, build brands, diversify income. While the barrier to entry is low, the barrier to wealth is high. Only 4% of creators earn over $100,000 annually, but those who do maintain 7+ revenue streams. 46.7% of creators work full-time, and the average creator takes 6.5 months to earn their first dollar. You don't need millions of followers, you need trust and consistency. Attention is the new oil, and creators control the pipeline. So there you have it, 10 industries creating the most millionaires right now. Ranked by percentage: finance and investing 40%, real estate 25 to 30%, technology, AI 15 to 18%, healthcare, biotech 10 to 12%, e-commerce 8 to 10%, agriculture 5 to 8%, manufacturing, supply chains 5 to 7%, green energy 3 to 5%, fashion and retail 2 to 3%, content creation 2 to 4%. They all share one thing in common: they solve massive problems at scale. The next generation of millionaires won't come from luck or inheritance. They'll come from people who chose an industry, committed, and stayed consistent. With 80 million millionaires globally and growing by 684,000 per year, the question isn't which industry works. The question is, which one will you commit to? If this video helped you think differently, hit like, subscribe, and remember, Life Impact TV, shaping the minds of future billionaires.